Welcome to this space, a space just for you to reconnect and look inward.
Hi there, this is Daniela. So today I want to talk to you about being a full-time yoga teacher. Obviously, everything I'm going to tell you today, it's from my own experience. So I want to tell you a little bit about that and also give you some advice and tips. So as I have told you in past videos, I got certified in 2019 in Colombia, my first 200-hour certification. And I started working as like a part-time yoga teacher, teaching a few classes. I was kind of like figuring out if it was something I actually wanted to do or not. And then when I moved to New York City in 2021, I decided to become a full-time yoga teacher. It was very challenging at first. It wasn't easy, and it was obviously very scary too. But it's definitely possible, and I would say it's like building any business from scratch. It takes some time, and obviously it's important to be patient and to know that is a process. I would say that maybe like a year after I moved here, I started to feel more stable in my job. Obviously, it's never going to be as stable as having a job like a corporate job with a set schedule, with a set salary. And sometimes that can be a little frustrating, and it has been a little frustrating to me, but it has a lot of advantages as well. It gives you flexibility, it gives you the ability to manage your own time better. And it's also great because you can do as much as you can do. Obviously, there has to be boundaries, and you have to set yourself boundaries so you don't overwork, you don't burn yourself out. No one knows better than yourself how much you can do. So currently, I'm mostly working as a private yoga teacher, which I love because I really enjoy being able to follow my students' journey closely. I also work with corporations, so corporate yoga classes, which is very common here in New York. I teach yoga at events, and also something that is common here is to teach at buildings. A lot of buildings here offer yoga classes to their residents. So that's what I want to talk to you about now. I want to give you some examples of different options, different opportunities you can have as a yoga teacher. Because people tend to think that basically yoga teachers work in yoga studios, gyms, or as private yoga teachers. And obviously, I would say those are the three main options, but there's a lot more to explore than that. I didn't know this when I first started, and from like exposing myself and trying to figure out how I could expand my teaching, I realized there's a lot more than just that. So as I said before, corporate classes have been a great option for me. It obviously depends on where you live too. So it's important to explore the market in your city or the place where you live, because it definitely changes a lot. For example, I have a friend who is also a yoga teacher. She lives in Italy. And where she lives in Italy, there's a lot of tourism and people go there to like relax. So hotels offer a lot of like yoga classes for their guests. So this is a huge thing there, which is not as big here because I would say even though New York is a very touristy city, people don't really come here to do yoga and relax. So hotels are definitely another option, and not just working in a hotel, like teaching group classes, but also teaching private classes for the guests. So many times the guests will ask the hotel if they can bring a private yoga instructor for them to, you know, keep their practice while they're traveling. As I mentioned before, I have also worked in like events, wellness events or birthday parties, bachelorette parties. So there's definitely an opportunity there as well. Retirement homes or even schools can also be an opportunity if you like to work with older people or children. That's something that is becoming very popular as well. Also, teaching group classes at parks or like public spaces is a great way to expose yourself and to get people to know you. As I mentioned before, it's very common here in New York that buildings offer like yoga classes or meditation sessions to their residents like every week or every once in a while. So that's something you can explore too. And the other option are apps, like fitness apps. There are a lot of them nowadays, and if you like teaching online, that could be an option for you. So just keep in mind that it's very important at first to try to open your mind to explore different options, and most likely you're not going to end up doing all of this, but as you try different things, you're going to understand what you want to focus on, what works best for you and for the place where you live. So obviously it's very important to, as you go through this process, to ask yourself what your priorities are when teaching. What are your goals? What do you want to offer as a yoga teacher? And keep asking yourself that every day, just knowing that the answer might change over time, and that's okay too. And now you might be wondering how to find all of these opportunities. So it's very important, first off, to expose yourself. Try to meet other yoga teachers in your city. Try to attend different yoga classes. Social media is also a good way to find opportunities, to build a community and find other yoga teachers. Something that I did when I first moved here was like literally Google yoga teachers in New York City and look for websites or apps where other teachers were promoting themselves. And also I have found that there are a lot of like wellness companies that, for example, corporations or even buildings hire, and they hire the yoga teachers. So it's like an intermediate company, if that's the right way to say it, that would hire you as a yoga teacher to go and teach a class to a company or a building or even to an event. So it's worth doing some research about that too in your own country or city. And to conclude, I just want to remind you that it's a process. So try to be patient, work hard, and be open-minded to explore all the possibilities and opportunities that you might have as a yoga teacher. And just remember that is your own path, your own journey. So what works for me or for our yoga teachers might not work exactly the same way for you. So just keep exploring, and I'm sure you will find your way. You will find what you want to focus on, and you will slowly build yourself and work towards where you want to get. And finally, be patient with yourself. There might be moments where you want to give up, where you want to quit. I still have moments like that sometimes, and it's very normal, but it's always important to keep reminding yourself why you are here, why you decided to be a yoga teacher, and let that reason be your fuel, your push to keep yourself encouraged. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful, and please let me know in the comments below if you have any questions or you would like to know more about this topic, so you can give me some ideas to create more content for you.